Hi, Big Joe Guy. Thank you, Robin. Hi, Lemons. Seahorses, I love them. Thank you, Nate. What's 12 minutes? 12 minutes of what? Oh, okay. Madam, don't worry. I haven't opened it yet because I want to do a whole video thing, and I haven't been, but I'm going to do the video tomorrow before I go to Pizza Palooza. So I haven't tried it yet because I'm waiting because I want to make sure I do a cute video for you. I want to do an opening video. And now that it's the weekend, I'll actually have time to do it. And so I'm going to do it tomorrow before I go to Pizza Palooza. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see the jam. I'm so excited. Rachie, yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. Yes, tomorrow there is a thing called Pizza Palooza, and my friend Angela and I are gonna go. And it's like a pizza fest where like you can go get like single slices of all these different kinds of pizzas and take them home if you want. And like, so I've never been, but oh, Court, I'm sorry. Me too, Rachie. Pizza is literally one of my favorite foods. Really, Nate? Yeah, I love pizza. Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know, they've been doing it every year for a long time, but I've never been, so I figured why not. Yeah, well, Finja, that's why I didn't be obsessed and follow that whole story, because there's literally no point in following that story other than it ruining everything for you, just kind of like pizza parties. So I know nothing about that, and I still love pizza parties like I have my whole life. So I don't let people like that ruin things for me. Plus, I don't really have any interest in following stories like that. It's just low vibration and depressing. And there's no point in keeping up with it because what the fuck is the point? What we're gonna all band together and change it or get something? Who cares? People just read it out of their perverse curiosity, and I don't really have that curiosity. So I don't even know what you're referring to. Sorry. So no, it's not like that. It's like a normal pizza party, but it's actually a festival. It's a pizza festival where there's like all these vendors and local pizza places from all over the region come. And in some places that don't offer like single slice, you can actually try single slice and take home whole pizzas if you want. So, well, and that's the thing. The people are saying same here. Why would I let those sick fucks ruin things for me? They've already taken enough from other people. Damned if I'm gonna fucking let them in my brain. Like, no thanks. I'm very, very picky about the information I intake. And that is not one of them. What do you mean, Skrilla? Hi, Emily. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Demetrius. Hi, Luigi. I'm good. Hi, Dennis. That's what I like too, Rachie. I like the single slices because then I can try a ton of different pizzas. So when it's something like that, yeah, I'm going to try like all of the different slices. But normally, I just order a whole pizza. Like, I don't usually just go get a single slice. Hell no, I'll save it and I'll eat it tomorrow. But when it comes to that kind of a situation, I'm going to go around and get like a whole pizza's worth of single slices and take them home. Thanks, Bubs. Hi, Simone. Hi, Fairy Witch. Definitely not Canadian bacon. It's ridiculous that they call it that. It's ham. It's fucking ham. Hi, James. Hi, Sav. Hi, First Light. I'm good. How are you, cutie? Hi. Sorry, Justin. It's true. It's ham. I don't know where you guys think you got away with coining ham as your own bacon, but it's not Canadian. It's ham. It's ham. Wait, do you guys not call it Canadian bacon there, Justin? Do you just call it bacon? Or do you call it ham? And do we only call it Canadian bacon? What do you call it, Justin? I'm so glad, Bubs. Thanks. Hi, Rhyme. It's what bacon court? It has a special name, so I'm wrong. It is really bacon. What makes it bacon? Is it like the cut? The pepperoni was ham in New Zealand. That's so funny. Crabbies. Like crabs? A different part of the pig. Thank you, Snarky Arky. Okay, so it's considered bacon if it's from a certain part of the pig. So I'm wrong. So Justin, why do we call it Canadian bacon? If Canadians don't even call it that. Ooh. That sounds good. Crabs. Yeah, I love crab. I grew up in North Carolina, so I love crab cakes. I love Carolina crab cakes. Like, yum. Also, just a reminder to everybody to read the screen. Please read the screen before asking questions that are answered on the screen. I'd appreciate it. Because if you don't, my mods are gonna... They just don't really like that very much. Oh, hi, Grape Jelly. Welcome in. Welcome to the porch. Also, guys, feel free to write exactly, Rich. Thank you. Hi, Shorty. Feel free to write, hi, Kim. Feel free to write your story requests in all capital letters in the chat, and I will write them down, and then we will vote. Happy Friday. Skrilla, just go then. Go to sleep. Sweet dreams. Right, Kim, like, what is going on with it? Like, what? Oh, thank you, Happy Nappy Grumpy Pappy. I appreciate it. I like your name. That's funny. Thank you for the metamorphosis, Skrilla. Thank you for the metamorphosis, Viola. Thanks for the popular gangsta gammy. Oh, thank you, Jess. I love that one. Megan, I don't know what that is. Wrapping Snow says, Canadian here, and we've never referred to our bacon as Canadian bacon. Maybe it's yeah, okay. So kind of like how we call them French fries. The people in France probably definitely don't call it. God, Americans we're ridiculous. Oh, okay, Megan, I'll check it out. By the way, if you guys have stuff like that, feel free to put it in the Discord because I can't refer back to the chat and I'm doing like 7,000 things back here. So it's hard for me to remember everything that gets recommended to me, and I really want to look at them. So the best place to share stuff like that is in our Discord chat, because then we all can check it out, and that way I can refer back to the chat and be like, wait, what was the name of that thing? Does that make sense? So I'll write it down, but feel free to also share it in the Discord so everybody can check it out. Oh, you did, Fairy Witch? I love that. You call them pastries? You don't call them danishes? That's so funny. I love that. And welcome in. And yeah, Skrilla's British. You didn't know that? Brianna has a good question for you guys. Also, feel free to write your story requests in all capital letters in the chat, and I will set up the first poll. Happy Friday. Megan, that's hilarious. Yeah, Megan, I just saw your comment. I've been talking to you the whole time. Yeah, Fairy Witch, I saw it. Glossette, I don't know which one that is. You're gonna have to refer to the list. That's why I made the list, because I don't know what that one is. Hi, CJ. Glossette, do you know any other details about it? You could also ask somebody to send you a copy of the list if you aren't on Discord, but it gets updated every week, so it's better to go on Discord. Glossette said they're all hood. I think she means good. You're so cute, but which one? Now I'm curious. Which one's the trapped in the cabin with my friend? I'm trying to think of which one that would be. Welcome in, everybody. My name's Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I'm here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. Thank you, Robin. Thanks, Snarky. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Jess. I do write and record all of these stories myself, so if you would like to listen to them anytime you want, they're on my YT channel as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. You said Tales from the Hood. I scrolled back. Thank you, Robin. That's so cute. Oh, Lori, did that happen? You know what? The app does that sometimes to people. Like, if you haven't been here in a while, it happened in the new update a while ago, and a bunch of people were unfollowed from each other. So if you haven't been here in a while, don't worry about it. Yeah, that happened to a bunch of people. I wasn't following Lemons anymore, and she's like my best TikTok friend. And I was like, what the hell? Very weird. But I'm glad you're back. Skrilla, why do you like that idea so much? You love those videos. But Reebok cart is really funny because I do love Reeboks. Okay, Glassa, I gotcha. Robin, he was saying that your gift covered up his comment when the window popped up. He's just being impressed. All right, I'm setting up the first poll. If you guys could do me a favor and hit that share arrow. In the bottom right hand corner, there is a yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that button puts my live into your friends' FYPs, and it helps us grow our beautiful porch. Also, sharing to your stories and sharing with your friends helps too. And thank you for tapping. Once we get to 10K taps, we get pushed out. So tap, the more taps, the better. I'll be right back with the first poll. All right, you guys, the first poll is ready. All right, we have the playground, the Bell Witch, the Djinn, La Lechusa, and the Deep Woods Anomaly. And you can vote in the top left-hand corner. There is a blue box if you're on TikTok. And you can vote up to 50 times, and you can vote for more than one story. What's it going to be? We have the playground, the Bell Witch, the Djinn, La Lechusa, and the Deep Woods Anomaly. And it is 2 minutes long, so get your votes in now. Again, to vote, you just click on the blue box in the left-hand corner. Oh, you don't see it again, Meg? Swipe out and come back in. I bet you just have to update your app. Wait, why does CJ feel like pork butt? Thank you for the panther claw. Oh my God, Kim. Kim, what will I do? The winner is the Deep Woods Anomaly. Wee! All right, I will be right back with the tale of the Deep Woods Anomaly. And if you guys could do me a big favor while I'm setting that up, if you could just hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner and hit that yellow repost button, that helps us grow our beautiful porch by putting it in your friends' FYPs. And sharing to your stories, which is the little star-looking one, helps too. And thank you for the taps, everybody. The more taps, the better. And I'll be right back with the Deep Woods Anomaly. Grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax, and welcome to the porch. And thank you guys for typing keywords in the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, Pax. Welcome in. And welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I'm here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. I do write and record all of these stories myself, and you can listen to them whenever you would like on my YT channel, as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. Just look for Porch Lore and you will find me. I also have all of the links in my bio, so you can find them there as well. I also premiere a new story every week on Monday. And this week, a lot of you guys are going to be very happy. You guys are going to be very happy. This has been a heavily requested topic. That's all I'm going to say. Of course, CJ, my famous iced tea, coming right up. It's sweet tea, though. Hope that's okay. Wait, Kim, did you say ew to sweet tea? Joke's on you, I'm already happy. What? Oh, wow, Kim, wow. Oh, no. Southern tea all the way, dude. Serious? Robin said blocked. Wow. Wow. Rich, it's what I drink every night for the show because I lose my voice. When you have a low, when you have like a raspy voice like me, you lose it easily. Skrilla. Oh, thanks, Rich. I appreciate that so much. Jackson said sweet hole. I like raspberry and strawberry. I don't know what we're talking about, but I like both. CJ, don't let Kim fool you. She's never even run from the cops. Please. Megan, did you just say your mom? Be nice to Skrilla. Kim, I did, and I got away. And I ran on foot like a real down ass bitch does. Fucking ran on foot with my man. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It was so stupid, but I got away. He literally grabbed my hand, looked at me and said, "The woods?" And I said, "Yeah." And we just ran straight into the woods. And everybody else got caught. And do you guys want to know what we were doing? It's very bad. We were toilet papering a girl's house that we didn't like. That's right. High school. I ran from the cops in high school for toilet papering. Real serious business. And the best part is, I thought I got away with it. But then parents talk about shit. So the cops brought my other friends home to their parents. And then I strolled in. Oh, I think, who was here when I told this the other night? I strolled in like sweaty and dirty, covered in there was probably like leaves in my hair. And my parents were like, "What the hell happened?" And I was like, "Oh, I just felt like running home." I'm the worst liar on the planet. I cannot lie for shit. I'm too honest. I'm like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?" So I tried to lie and I was like, "I just felt like running home." And I hate cardio. They knew right away. They're like, "That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie." And then the next day, all the moms were like, "Oh Lord, did so-and-so get taken home by the cops too?" And my mom was like, "No. What do you mean?" And then my mom figured it out. Yeah, I didn't like him. I didn't lie. I really did run home, but I didn't just feel like it. I kind of had to. But she would have never figured it out, I thought. And then she was like, "So I heard all your friends that you were with last night when you showed up sweaty from running 5 miles. They were all taken home by the police. Does that have anything to do with you running?" I'm like, "No." "What are you talking about? Were you with Joel?" "No." "What are you talking about?" Teenagers are so annoying. I was the worst. I was a nightmare. Exactly, Kim. Fairy said, "Get real." I was the worst teenager, Fairy, I promise. I was so annoying. My poor mom. My poor mom. I'll tell you what, though, I only called my mom a bitch once. And I never did that again. Hi, Robin. That's so funny, Jackson. Sure did, Leslie. Megan, you're so funny. Thank you, Robin. Wait, who got caught on tape stealing boxes? Oh, you were referencing Drink Out of Oh, okay. I didn't realize that very much. Yep, same, Rachie. Same. Yep. That's why I was like, "Oh, I never did that again." Thank you, Robin, for the metamorphosis. Is it just me or are people like writing really random things tonight? Can everybody take a deep breath, please? Calm down a bit. Some weird shit being said, and I don't understand any of it. Kim. happening, Kim? Rich. It's not the full moon yet, Skrilla. It's literally not until, I told you, it's not until next week. It's not the full moon. Me too, Tina. Completely lost. Completely lost. I feel like I'm just reading a chat full of like gibberish. I have no idea. Like I'm trying to figure out what I'm like, are they talking to me? I don't even know what anybody's talking about. So I'm just gonna let you guys do your thing in the chat, and I'm gonna start the story because I have no idea what's happening in the chat tonight. Watch it, Skrilla. Watch it. I guess so, Kim. Sweet hole came from because I was trying to say a sweetheart, and I was reading a comment in the chat where somebody called somebody an asshole, and I said sweet hole. And I didn't even notice it until somebody told me. Because just a reminder, I am reading while I'm trying to read comments. And guess what? I'm human, and sometimes my brain picks one and doesn't do both. And I mixed sweet and asshole that I was reading somewhere else, and I said sweet hole. Happens. But am I really human? More. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Palace Society. This is the tale of the Deep Woods Anomaly. Oh my god, Leslie, me too. Hi, X. Welcome back. Also, guys, feel free to write keywords in the chat that aren't sweetle. Thanks. Whoa there, Rachie. Whoa there. Hi, Pixie. Okay, so everybody's just gonna ignore me and write sweetle anyway. Cool. Come on, at least you guys could tap if you're gonna act like this. No one is tapping. I can see. Literally no one's tapping. Rich. Rich. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. I don't know, CJ, but I'm about to stop reading it. Because I've literally asked people to stop saying sweet hole 3 times and they won't. So I'm just going to stop reading the chat and just read the stories. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Deep Woods Anomaly. This happened about 4 years ago, and I had decided to do something different for a vacation. A solo camping trip deep in the remote wilderness of a national park. I've always loved nature, and growing up in Appalachia, I spent countless weekends hiking and camping with my friends. But this time I wanted solitude. I wanted to disconnect from the world. No phones, no internet, just me and the forest. The area I chose was a stretch of national forest land near the border of Oregon and Washington. It wasn't a designated campsite, just a patch of untamed wilderness with no trails, no amenities, and almost certainly no other people. I parked my car at a small overgrown trailhead and shouldered my bag, and I set off into the trees. My goal was to hike about 10 miles in, set up camp near a stream that I had marked on the map, and spend 3 nights there before heading back. The first day was uneventful in the best possible way. The air was cool and fresh, and the forest alive with the sound of birds and rustling leaves. Thank you, Eric. I felt a sense of peace that I hadn't experienced in years. By late afternoon, I reached the stream. A crystal clear ribbon of water winding through a small secluded valley. It was perfect. I pitched my tent on a flat patch of ground a few yards from the water. Built a small fire, and I settled in for the night. I spent my time exploring the area, fishing in the stream, and just soaking in the tranquility. I didn't see another soul, which was exactly what I wanted. But on the 3rd day, things started to get strange. It began with silence. I woke up that morning to an eerie stillness. The birdsong and the rustling leaves that had been my constant companion were gone. Even the stream seemed quieter. It was kind of unsettling, but I brushed it off. Maybe it was just my imagination. Or maybe the animals had moved to a different part of the forest. As the day went on, the feeling of unease grew. The forest seemed different. The trees felt taller, more gnarled. The sunlight filtering through the canopy had a strange quality. That evening, as I sat by the fire, I heard it for the first time. It was a low, distant hum. It was faint, barely audible over the crackle of the flames, but it was there. A steady, rhythmic sound that seemed to come from deep within the forest. I tried to convince myself it was just the wind, maybe a distant waterfall, but it didn't quite fit. The hum persisted through the night, growing louder and closer as the hours passed. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Tommy. By midnight, it was all I could hear. A relentless drone that seemed to vibrate through my entire body. Sleep was impossible. I laid in my tent, every nerve on edge. I wanted to leave. I wanted to pack up and get out of there. But the thought of walking through that dark, silent forest with that sound all around me was paralyzing. Thank you, Suzanne. Just before dawn, the hum stopped, and the silence that followed was even more unsettling. I waited a few minutes, listening for any hint of movement before unzipping my tent and stepping out. The forest was still and gray in the early morning light. My fire had burned down to embers and the air was cold and damp. As I looked around, something caught my eye. A faint glow coming from the trees on the far side of the stream. It was pale and flickering, like the light of a dying fire. But there was no smoke and no smell of burning wood. Against my better judgment, I decided to investigate. I grabbed my inadequate flashlight and I made my way across the stream, my boots slipping on the slick rocks. The glow led me deeper into the forest, its intensity growing with every step. The trees seemed to close in around me, their twisted branches forming a dense canopy that blocked out the sky. The ground was soft and spongy, covered in a thick layer of moss that muffled my footsteps. And in a small clearing up ahead was something. It's hard to describe. Thank you, Chet. Thank you, Mary. It looked like a structure, but it didn't seem man-made. But it also didn't seem natural. Or at least, not natural to this world. Yeah, Chet's here. It was a towering, jagged shape, its surface smooth and black like obsidian, with veins of pulsing light running through it. It had a glow come from the veins that shifted and flickered like fireflies trapped in glass. Hi, Chet. The hum returned, louder and more intense than ever, emanating from the structure and vibrating through the air. I stood there frozen, my inadequate flashlight dangling uselessly at my side. Every instinct screamed at me to run, but my legs wouldn't move. As I watched the veins of light begin to pulse faster, the glow growing brighter and more erratic, the hum rose to a deafening pitch, and the air around me seemed to distort. And then, just as suddenly as it began, it stopped. The structure went dark and the hum fell silent, and the clearing was plunged into an eerie stillness. I stumbled backward, tripping over a root and landing hard on the mossy ground. When I looked up, the structure was gone, and the clearing was empty. Good night, James. As if it had never even been there. I didn't want to find out more. I ran back to my campsite, adrenaline coursing through my veins. I packed my gear up in record time, and I started the hike back to my car. I didn't even care what time it was or if it was dark. I just wanted to get as far away from whatever that was as possible. When I finally reached my car, the relief was overwhelming. I drove straight home. I'm not really sure what I saw. Maybe it was some kind of natural phenomenon? Some kind of hallucination? But deep down, I know that's not true. I know what I saw, and it wasn't anything of this world. Thank you, Jamie. That's so cute. Thank you, Rich. Thanks, Narky. Thank you, Chet. To this day, I've never been back to that forest because some things are just better left unexplored, better left a mystery, and this was one of them. And that's the tale of the Deep Woods Anomaly. Hi, Just Saying Opinion. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Eric. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore, and I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I'm here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. I do write and record all of these stories myself, and you can listen to them anytime you want on my YT channel, as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. Just look for Porch Lore and you will find me. Thank you, Flying Over. Also, all the links are in my bio. You can find them there as well. And I'll be right back with the next poll for us to vote for the next story. Happy Friday. right, you guys, the next poll is ready. We have the playground, the water babies, La Lechuza, the Lubbock Lights, and Poplar Creek. Yeah, Chet's been here before. I told you Chet's been coming in, remember? I was like, a guy named Chet comes in. All right, guys, and you can vote in the top left-hand corner. There's a blue box, and you can vote up to 50 times, and you can vote for more than one story. And if you do have a preference over on YT, let Justin know, and one of us will take care of it. And the new one, Jesse, is the playground. And welcome back. Nice to see you. Dave, I thought you said you didn't fall asleep in her live. Thank you so much, Jet. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. Hi, Echo. Yes, Tommy. And the winner is... It was close. The winner is the Dead Children's Playground. Good night, Dave. Sweet dreams. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Jess, for the pearl chime. It does feel nice, right, Brooke? Thank you, Rich. I must have missed it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jess. Just say an opinion. I don't know what you mean by that. I read the Black Dog story all the time. I don't know what you mean when you say that. Good night, CJ. Love you. See you tomorrow. Hi, lovely. Happy Friday, cutie. And Robin, what are your guesses? Nate, it really is the worst. It's the worst. Yeah, you can guess, Robin. I'm not going to confirm, but you can guess. Who cares if you're wrong? That's the whole point of guessing. Yeah, Nate, but, I figured you would tell us if you wanted us to know. Justin says, I'm wrong every day. Me too. I was just wrong earlier about Canadian bacon. It is technically bacon. And I said that with confidence. I was like, it's ham. I was totally wrong. So, girl, be wrong. Okay, Robin. Okay. I actually like being wrong because that means I learned something new. I'm not ever embarrassed about being wrong. So I'm like, oh, damn. I was wrong and I really thought I was right. Cool. Now I know new information. But that's because it's called an ego death. And once you've had an ego death, you don't really give a shit anymore. Me too, Robin. I love learning. Yep. Michael, I have actually. I lived in London briefly. I fell in love with a British man and he swept me off my feet. Jesse said I was wrong once. Yes, it is good. Same, Rachie. Same. I'm in the process right now of becoming a whole human again. Yep. Mine was a few years ago. Hi, Sherry. Happy Friday. Flying over, you're a librarian. Oh my God, that's so cool. Holy shit. What a cool job. I would love to be a librarian. Cassidy, probably. And I'm sorry to hear that. But your teeth don't make you who you are. And good evening, Cassidy. I lost a tooth as well. I have a fake tooth. I call it my ghost tooth, and I call her Tammy the tooth. Because I had to have a bone graft done in my jaw to replace jawbone that was broken off when my tooth broke. It was terrible. It was like the teeth thing is a traumatic experience. It lasted over a year. And I couldn't eat on that side of my mouth. I couldn't eat tortilla chips. and it was like the worst experience of my life. But I named her Tammy because I asked the dentist or the oral surgeon if it was bovine or cadaver bone, and he was like, no one's ever asked that. And I'm like, are you telling me that no one's ever asked what kind of bone you're putting in their face? They just let you do it? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I'd like to know because I'm annoying as hell. And so then he went and looked it up and figured out that it was cadaver. And so I said, all right. And then when he gassed me on laughing gas, my friend sent me, because I told my friend, oh my God, I'm going to have a ghost tooth. And then she sent me this video of this famous comedian who also had the same experience, and he named his Tammy. So I was like, all right, Tammy the tooth it is. You did too, sweetie? Yeah. Well, some of them are bovine. You asked too, Heather? Yeah. I guess the people in my town are very curious because he was like, no one's ever asked me that. I'm like, well, that is a bad idea, Jesse. Jesus Christ. Yeah, literally, it's a ghost too. Yep. So whoever gave me part of their bones for my jaw is part of me now, because it took 6 months for their bone to fuse to mine before I could even get a metal post put in, and then the metal post had to heal for 6 months, and then I could get the tooth. It was literally a nightmare. It was the worst experience ever, all because my tooth broke and I was eating fried chicken. No, I'm not a slow healer. They just won't do it sooner because there is actually a high risk of the procedure not being successful with bone grafts and the posts. People's bodies reject it sometimes, and it also doesn't get stabilized. The bone doesn't graft if they do it too early. So my dentist is like a boomer, and he was like extra like, we're waiting. I don't give a shit if other doctors do it 3 months. We're waiting 6 months. And I was like, okay. Oh, go. And he's right, because if it fails, you have to pay for it again. And it was like as much as a car. So I was like, all right, dude, 6 months. We're waiting. Yeah, me too. My body rejects all stitches. So when they stitched up the post, but by the time I got home, the stitches were gone, pushed out into my mouth, and they were not the dissolving kind. So I had to go back and have him redo them tighter. Yes, Vanessa, I definitely was put out for it. 100%. Oh, really, lovely? Whoa. Oh my God, that's actually a good idea. Refining. That's a good idea. Because remember, there's that movie about the person who got like someone's eyes or heart or something, right? And they were having like their nightmares, or you know what I'm talking about? There's a horror movie about that. That's a really good idea. Hell yeah. I'm gonna write that down right now. 1 second. Yeah, Vanessa, isn't it? It's like traumatized. I swear it was like, I feel like I didn't, oh yeah, with Jessica Alba. Yep. It was a good movie. I feel like when I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I mean, I didn't really have a choice, but, oh, it's eye implants. Yeah. Oh, really lovely. I didn't know that. Hi, Amy. But anyway, it was like, sign me up. And then I didn't realize that it was going to be such an undertaking. Like, hi, Yanni. Hi, Court. Hi, cuties. Guys, 2 of my besties are in the chat. All right, guys, we're going to start Children's Playground. Could you do me a favor and hit that share arrow? There's a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs. And it helps us grow this beautiful porch. Oh, thanks, Chels. I love that. Thank you flying over for the cozy cryptids. Yes, guys, Christina's here tonight. And one of my other high school besties, Courtney. Hi, Jasmine. All right, guys, quick swig, and I'll be right back. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Dead Children's Playground. The first time I heard about the Dead Children's Playground in Huntsville, Alabama, it wasn't from a travel guide or a ghost hunting show. It came from a porch pal named Ashley. She sent me an email about it, and she even went out of her way to post pictures of it on our Porch Lore Discord page. So, I had to check it out for myself. Thank you, Amy. The drive down to Alabama was beautiful. I truly love cruising through our beautiful countryside. After a very long drive, I made it to my Airbnb. It was walking distance from the playground, so it would be easy for me to investigate and film some content. The playground sits beside Maple Hill Cemetery, one of the oldest burial grounds in Alabama. Locals say that at night the swings move on their own, even when the air is still. They say children's laughter can be heard long after the park is supposed to be empty. The story goes that spirits of children buried nearby come out to play after dark. The first day I was there, I decided to go for a walk around the neighborhood. There were a lot of historical things in the area, not just the cemetery. And I figured it'd be better to check out the cemetery at night anyway. The Alabama sun was high, flattening shadows and bleaching the color out of everything. And as I was walking, I noticed a little girl. She was walking down the sidewalk on her own. It looked like she had a fresh scrape on her knee and I could see blood. She was hurt. And she looked lost. I approached her calmly and I asked her if she was okay and if her parents were nearby. But she didn't answer. The scrape on her knee wasn't serious, but it needed to be cleaned. I checked my phone for signal, already thinking about calling the police. But there was something about her, about how she stood there dirty and trembling and upset. And my maternal instincts kicked in. I knew that as soon as I dropped her off at that police station, she'd probably be held in some back room until they located her parents or until child services came. So, I decided to help her first and report it second. I chose humanity over avoiding liability. So I asked her if she would let me clean off her boo-boo at my house across the street. I figured that way I could also give her something to eat and drink before I took her to the police station. She looked at me and smiled and reached out her tiny little hand for me to grab it. And then she followed me, holding my hand without hesitation. Oh my God, Brooke. The walk to the Airbnb wasn't long, but I kept glancing at her to see if she was still okay. I am not a mother, and I was panicking about keeping this little girl safe in my care. She walked perfectly poised, without saying a word, her gaze fixed straight ahead. We got to the house and I cleaned her knee with a damp cloth and antiseptic from the Airbnb's first aid kit. She didn't even flinch. She didn't even react at all. The cut looked recent, but it almost looked like it had been reopened. I wrapped it up and then I gave her something to eat. Cheese with crackers and some strawberries. And as she nibbled, I tried to get any information I could out of her. Names, a street, a school, anything. Thank you, extraterrestrial. But she still said nothing. And we continued sitting there in silence. By late afternoon, I decided there was no reason to wait any longer. A lost child, no identification, no response. It needed to be reported. So I calmly told her that we were going to the police station and that someone there would help us find her parents. And that was the first time she reacted. It wasn't dramatic, no crying, no resistance. Thank you, Adela. She just looked uneasy. The station wasn't far. I parked out front and I turned to her and I explained gently that we would go inside together and that everything would be okay. She didn't move. I tried again, softer this time, reassuring her that I would be there. And still nothing. The tension in her small frame felt absolute. She was refusing to get out of the car. And I didn't want to force her. I don't know anything about this little girl or what she's been through. So, I went inside alone and I explained the situation to the officer at the front desk. A young girl injured, not responding, possibly lost. And I asked if they would come out and help me convince her to get out. The officer agreed, so we walked back together. I remember reaching the car first and reaching for the door handle, already turning to try to explain her behavior, her silence, her fear. And then I looked inside, and the back seat was empty. My car was empty. She was gone. The officer checked the surrounding lot, the sidewalk even behind the building. There was nowhere she could have gone in the time it took me to step inside. Eventually, the police took down a description of her and they told me that they'd keep a lookout. Evening came slowly, the sky shifting from pale gold to a deep purple. I had driven across town to run a few errands and pick up some dinner. And that's when I noticed her. The little girl. She was just walking down the sidewalk, looking terrified and lost. Relief hit me first, but then confusion. How did she get this far from the police station so quickly? I stopped my car beside her and I rolled down the window. And she smiled. And I asked her how I could help her. I told her that I just wanted to help her find her parents. Then she nodded at me and she hopped right back into the car. The sun was setting, and the roads grew quieter as we moved away from the center of town. Her directions didn't come in words, but small gestures, subtle turns of her head, slight movements of her hand pointing where to turn. But it was enough for me to follow. The sky darkened, and the houses thinned out, replaced by stretches of trees. And then I realized that we had arrived at the entrance to Maple Hill Cemetery. The iron gates silhouetted against the last light of dusk. I parked, and we sat there in silence. And then I looked past her at the rows of headstones disappearing into the dark. And I saw two figures standing there as if they were waiting for her. She leaned over and she gave me a sweet little hug, and her skin was ice cold for a little girl who had been walking all day in the Alabama summer. Then she hopped out and walked toward the edge of the playground where it first met the row of graves. I only saw the silhouettes of the two figures that I believed to be her parents in the blinding glow of the setting sun. I put my hand up to shield my eyes from the sun to get a better view. And the little girl and her parents were gone. I got out and walked the entire grounds of that playground and cemetery looking for them. Looking for any sign that other living people had been there, but I found nothing. I don't know why that little girl's lost spirit chose me. But I hope being reunited with her parents helped them all move on. And that's the tale of the Dead Children's Playground. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I'm here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. I do write and record all these stories myself, so if you want to listen to them when I'm not live, they're available on my YT channel as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. Just look for Porch Lore and you'll find me. I also have all of the links in my bio. I also release premiere a new one of these stories every Monday, live on my YT channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to join us on Monday, where we do a live chat, a first listen. It's very fun. Also, thank you to everybody tapping. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Adela. Thanks, Alex. Thank you for the beautiful gifts. And thank you for everybody doing the keywords. Happy Friday. Grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax, and welcome to the porch. I will be right back with the next poll for us to vote for the next story. Robin, the colors for that one are kind of limited, but what color are you looking for? I can check. But I will say the green is really pretty. It doesn't look like the color on this website. It's like a muted sage almost. Like it's way prettier than it doesn't look like seafoam at all. Pink, purple, or blue. Okay, I'll check. Because there's other colors, but it only lets me choose a few. So I'll switch it out. Oh, there's a super fan box. Sherry, thank you for your generosity. Guys, she sent a super fan box, which whoever opens it gets a month free of super fan. Woo! Thank you, Sherry. You're the best. And Lovely knows how to get them open. I do not. Rich does too. Rich opened one last night. I'm going to set up the next poll while you guys try to get that treasure chest open. Where's Tom with his shovel? Do y'all remember that last night? We were so confused about the shovel. I was like, what? You have a shovel, Tom? What are you going to do? Is your wife okay? And he was talking about digging for treasure. Oh, Lord. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. Potato and Paris alert. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, we were all confused. Hi, Bearded Bill. Welcome to the porch. Oh, and you guys, Ange just sent a super fan box too. Hi, Ange. You're so cute. Ange just sent one too. I don't even know how. Oh, it does show that there's two. So, guys, there's two. Sherry. Well, he said he had a shovel. And I was like, sir, where's your wife? I know. I can't wait. Guys, Ange and I are going go-karting on Sunday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm hanging out with the Anges all weekend. I'm going to the Pizza Palooza with Angela tomorrow. And then Sunday, I'm going go-karting with Ange. So it's just going to be an Ange fest. I'm going to set up the next poll, and thank you for sharing it out. Thank you for reposting all the good things. Be right back. Hey, Brooke. Get him. Oh, you already did. Never mind. Thank you, Bryce, for the corgi booty. Yeah, hey Alex, maybe listen before you come in demanding stories, boo-boo. Because if you had turned on your ears instead of spewing out demands, you would have heard me ending the sentence that I just said of, I'm setting up the poll to let you guys vote on the next story. So maybe like take a beat and listen in a live before you start demanding things from the host. Just an idea. Just a suggestion. Brooke. Brooke, you are so funny. Oh, Kim has zero tolerance tonight, y'all. Kim just straight blocked him. Kim has zero tolerance. Watch out for Kim, guys. She'll snipe you. She just straight blocked him. Bye. Oh, guys, we got the super fan box. Who got it? Who got it? Bearded Bill. Or no, Bearded Bill got one. Who else got one? Who else got one? Wait, there were two. Who else got one? It only showed me Bearded Bill. I only do that, Wilkins, when I get a seahorse. You got one, Miss Mystic? Yay! Yay, it didn't tell me the other one because they must have almost gone at the same time. Miss Mystic got the other one. Yay! No, the other one wasn't empty. Miss Mystic got it. Yay! Congrats, guys. And thank you for your generosity to gift those super fan subscriptions. You guys are the best. Be right back with the poll. Thank you, sir. Sir, is it Sergey? All right, you guys, the next poll is ready. That's so funny, Bisbee. Because that's true. That's so funny. It just comes out. No, Justin, I don't think so. That would be bullshit if they were empty. There's no way. I don't think they could be that. I don't think so. That would be ridiculous. But that would also be such a TikTok thing to do, wouldn't it? Like, I feel like, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Y'all don't even put that out there. Don't even put that out in there. TikTok will get ideas. All right. We've got Booger Hollow. Spearfinger featuring Christina. I don't know if she's still in here or not. Fresno Nightcrawlers. The Lubbock Lights. And Poplar Creek. Yeah, first light surprise, you win nothing. All right, guys, you can vote in the top left-hand corner. There is a blue box, and you can vote up to 50 times. And you can vote for more than one story. Oh, Jesse, that makes sense. Exactly, Prince Hairflip. Hocked up on Mountain Dew. Rich, that's literally where the boogeyman comes from. It's a very old term for ghost. Thank you for the follow, Brandon. Welcome to the porch. That's right, Kim. We have permits. If you're missing the box, swipe out and come back in, Mickey. Sometimes that happens. We have no idea why. Don't worry, Wilkins. I've already gotten a few of them. It'll happen. And the winner is the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Oh, seahorses. I love them. Seahorses. I love them. Seahorse, see hell. Who had a seahorse party? Who didn't invite me? Are you serious, Justin? Are you serious, Justin? Wow. 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 Everybody else did their homework, Justin. Guys, Justin didn't watch it. Are you serious? What more do we have to do? CJ shared it in the Discord. I mean, good Lord. Go watch it right this second. Go watch it right this second. Yeah, everybody's like looking. They're like, Justin, what is wrong with you? Sherry, what? Oh, Sherry, of all people. I feel like you're gonna think it's so funny. Ellie, just go to YT and type in drinking out of cups, and then you'll see a lizard in a headdress, and you're gonna be like, what? And that's it. That's literally the bit. And then you just watch it, and I don't need to explain anything else because it's gonna be the funniest thing, and you don't even know why. You're just gonna be like, what? Why is this so funny? What? Lovely? Was that English? Oh, the very first time. Yeah, lovely. I know. Guess what? I discovered last night that nobody in here has seen it, and they've all just loved me anyway and laugh at the weird. They thought I was just being a weirdo. And I was like, wait a minute. Are you guys serious? So I gave them all the homework to go watch it last night so we could laugh together in the joke because, spooky cabins, because I thought we would be, because then we'd all be able to like laugh at it together. And then most of them, you heard that, Lovely? Yeah, that's ridiculous, right? I was like, how did they not know? Like, and a couple people were like, I just thought you were being funny. I'm like, such specific things to repeat. Just so funny. Mr. Balloon Hand. I mean, Mr. Balloon Hand, that's just like, where would I come up with these things? Who put that chair here? Wilkins. Oh, Meg, that makes sense. Megan said she thought it was one of those things that people do for certain gifts. Like Tiny Tiny, people used to do that thing for Tiny Tiny. That actually kind of makes sense. That actually kind of makes sense for the seahorse one. But the other 16 things I say from that video, they're so weird. I'm like, yeah, you sure did, Justin. That's what you get. Go watch that shit. Spooky Cabins, it's okay. Just go to IT when you get a chance and type in drinking out of cups, and there's a lizard. And then watch it. You say what, Kim? Wilkins. Brooke said I gotta go show it to my husband. Okay, guys, I'll be right back with Fresno Night Crawlers. You'd call someone balloon hands? Yeah, you probably would. Kim, you definitely She'd be like, that balloon hand motherfucker. I can't believe our creepy little pajama pants won. I'm so proud of them. Our spooky silk stockings. Nightbot, you don't suck. Welcome to the porch. Come hang out. You don't suck. How you doing? Happy Friday. Sit back and relax. Stay a while. The long sleeve panties. Lovely said these silk stockings are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. They're gonna come after you. Good job. I tried. That was good, Lovely. Little Nancy Sinatra. The pants, the myth, the legend. Thank you, flying over. Thank you, Robin. They sure don't, because I can't read I'm not reading the damn essay. That would be funny, Rich. That would be hilarious. Oh, you did, Nate? I love that. What are you talking about, Rich? Was what some kind of live with people sending gifts? What are you talking about? No, it was way before lives even existed. It's like one of the first viral videos of all time. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, 20 years ago. My God, guys, go watch the damn video. Because somebody posted it on YT. That's how all videos come into being on the internet. Somebody posts them online. And then it goes viral. Cancel what, Nate? Oh, gotcha. Hi, Mamasaurus. Happy Friday. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Fresno night crawlers. And yes, we sure are talking about drinking out of cups. Such a classic, right? Right, Matt? Such a classic. And these people, so many of the Porch Pals haven't seen it. And then I said, you guys have to watch it. And then Justin, of all people, still didn't watch it. They don't even know, Matt. They don't even know. And I was like, and they thought I was just being a weirdo, and they still love me, which is the cutest thing ever, because for months I've been quoting that and I thought they knew what I was talking about, and like half of them did not. And I was like, so what did you think I was saying? They're like, we didn't know. Which is the cutest thing on the planet, because they didn't know. And they still thought they're like, whatever, Devin's just weird. And I love you guys for that, because it's my favorite thing is that you guys didn't know what the fuck I was talking about for months. It's just so cute. Hi, Cats and Coffee. Melinda, what'd you think? Thank you, Adela. All right, submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Fresno night crawlers. Thanks, Jackson. Sherry, isn't it ridiculously funny? Mr. Lead me to the building. Fuck you. There are some cryptids that look like they were designed by ancient fear. Creatures with claws, teeth, eyes. Things that make instinctive sense to be afraid of. And then there are the Fresno night crawlers. Two white legs. That is the only way anyone ever really describes them, just legs. No visible arms, no visible face, just a torso. No obvious anatomy that should logically allow them to exist. They look less like living creatures and more like someone draped white sheets over stilts and taught it how to walk. Which almost somehow makes them worse, because monsters are easy to process when they resemble something alive, and the Fresno Nightcrawlers do not. They move wrong, they stand wrong, they occupy space wrong. And maybe that is why their footage has unsettled people for decades. The modern legend began in Fresno, California in the early 2000s, when a homeowner's security camera captured two pale, leg-like figures gliding across his front lawn in the middle of the night. One appeared taller than the other, moving with a slow, deliberate gait, almost like a parent leading a child. The footage spread online and was initially dismissed as a hoax, but nobody could ever conclusively explain how it had been faked, especially not with the technology available to the average homeowner at the time. Then, stranger details emerged. Indigenous Yokut folklore from Central California allegedly included stories of pale, wandering beings associated with the night and with the balance between nature and man. While documentation is sparse and some dispute whether the Fresno creatures truly connect to that folklore, the association stuck. People began claiming the beings were ancient watchers. Then more footage appeared. Not much. Never enough to prove anything. Just enough to make the whole thing harder to dismiss. A blurry security camera in Yosemite. A ranch camera somewhere outside Fresno. A strange silhouette crossing a road in the distance. Always the same impossible movement. Always the same gliding gait. Always gone before anyone got close. Most people treat the Fresno Nightcrawlers like a joke cryptid. But I wish I could go back to the version of myself who thought they were funny. Because Suzanne and I used to laugh every time they were brought up. Suzanne lives outside Fresno in one of those strange in-between parts of California, where suburbia frays into orchards and scrubland and old irrigation roads. Not quite city, not quite country. The sort of place where neighborhoods end abruptly and miles of dark open land begin. She moved there for work a year before I visited. Her house sat at the edge of a newer development, the last row before the land gave way to empty fields and a dry creek bed beyond them. Thank you, Mamasaurus. The first night there, she jokingly pointed through her kitchen window toward the darkness behind her backyard fence and told me that was prime nightcrawler territory. I laughed because that's what you do when discussing giant walking pants in the dark. But there was something about the way she did it. She paused, she hesitated, and then she admitted that several people in the neighborhood had posted odd security clips on the local FB group. Nothing definitive, just strange. Weird pale shapes near fence lines. And then she admitted that people had stopped letting their dogs out alone at night. That first evening, we sat on her back patio with drinks while the sun disappeared over the fields. And Suzanne told me that the neighborhood had a reoccurring problem with pets disappearing. Coyotes, supposedly. But nobody ever found the remains. Still, nothing happened that night or the next. The first few days of the trip were normal, touristy, fun. Then on the fourth night, Suzanne woke me just after 2 in the morning. Her face was pale and she held her phone toward me without even speaking. Her backyard motion alert had triggered, and the camera feed showed her patio. In the far back corner of the yard near the fence gate, something pale stepped into the frame. At first, my brain rejected what I was seeing. It looked like 2 columns. But then the shape advanced into the infrared glow and I realized that it was exactly what everyone had always described. A creature perhaps 4 feet tall. Long white legs. A small tapering upper body like folded cloth. It walked with that horrible smooth gait that I had seen in the videos. Like gravity affected it differently. It crossed the yard in total silence and then it slipped out of frame. Neither of us moved, neither of us spoke. And then the camera alert ended. We replayed it 3 times and each viewing made it worse. It was like, no matter how long we stared at it, we couldn't figure out how they could physically move like that. I asked if we should call the police. And even saying it out loud sounded absurd. What would we tell them? Hello, 911. Yeah, there's a pair of haunted pajama pants walking through my backyard. Instead, we just stayed awake until dawn with every light on in the house. The next morning, we checked the yard. Nothing. No footprints. No disturbed dirt. But near the fence gate, a line of dead flowers. Suzanne swore they had been healthy the day before. Then we made the worst decision that people always make in horror movies. We went looking for it. Suzanne had a friend whose uncle owned farmland several miles outside of town, near where one of the earliest Fresno nightcrawler sightings supposedly occurred. I told him about my Porch Lore podcast, and he said that we could come walk the land and check things out. We arrived just before dusk. The land stretched flat and golden for miles. Dry grass, abandoned irrigation ditches. The kind of place where distance plays tricks on your eyes. We brought inadequate flashlights, cameras, snacks, and the brittle confidence of people who still partially believe that none of this was real. By midnight, we had seen nothing. We sat near an old pump shed laughing nervously at ourselves. We're grown women and this is ridiculous. But then, every cricket stopped instantly. 1 second there was noise, and the next, silence so complete it felt vacuum sealed. Then movement caught my eye near the far fence line. At first, I thought someone had placed a white trash bag in the field. But then it moved, one shape and then another, and then a third. 3 pale figures emerged from the grass, different sizes walking slowly toward us, each gliding with that impossible gait. The tallest had to be nearly 6 feet, the smallest perhaps 3. And they looked like a family. That thought hit me first. They weren't random creatures, they were a family. The figures approached us without hurry. No sign of awareness, except that every step carried them directly toward us. We backed toward the pump shed, and the tallest one stopped maybe 30 feet away, and the others spread out, forming a half circle around us. And then the tall one bent, its entire upper body unfolded like cloth parting in the wind. And underneath was a face. Suzanne screamed, and that broke whatever paralysis held me, and we ran. I don't remember half of that sprint. The truck was nearly a quarter mile away, and we heard nothing behind us. No footsteps, no pursuit. I just assumed they were gliding horrifyingly behind us, so I didn't dare look back. But instead, they simply let us run. We got to the truck out of breath, hearts racing. Suzanne fumbled the keys twice before getting us inside, and then we peeled out of there throwing gravel. Neither of us spoke the entire drive home. After some more research, I read that several indigenous stories mentioned a pale wandering spirit who appeared when the land itself had been violated. Guardians of sacred places, twisted by human greed and expansion. Not hunters, not predators, but judges. We built houses where they used to walk. Suzanne's house was built over old protected land that had been bulldozed during expansion, despite protests from preservation groups. Some things don't haunt us because they are evil. Some things haunt us because we forget that we are the ones trespassing. Some things haunt us because to them, we are the evil. So if you ever find yourself driving outside Fresno late at night past the orchards, where the dark opens wide, and you see something white crossing the field in your headlights, don't follow it. Just keep driving. And that's the tale of the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Thanks, guys. Welcome in, everybody. My name's Devin, and this is Porch Lore, and I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. I'm here every night from 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. I do write and record all of these stories myself, and you can listen to them whenever you would like on my YT channel, as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. So there's some corn. I'm going to set up the next poll, and if you guys could do me a big favor, if you could hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost, and that puts the live into your friends' FYPs, and it helps us grow this beautiful porch of ours. Also, sharing to your stories and sharing with your friends helps too. And thank you for all the taps and for those of you writing keywords throughout the night. I really appreciate it. And I'll be right back with the next poll. So grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax, check out the shooting stars, and welcome to the porch. Happy Friday. All right, you guys, the next poll is ready. We have The Hitchhiker, The Salem Time Slip, Haint Blue, The Maintenance Man, and The Lubbock Lights. Thank you for the follow, Summer. Welcome to the porch. And you guys can vote in the blue box in the top left-hand corner. You can vote up to 50 times, and you can vote for more than one story. Who's it gonna be? Thank you, Robin. Robin, thank you for the beautiful bouquets. I love those. Thanks. I love flowers. Thank you so much. Hi, Lady Far. I know, Archangelo. This is a tough one, right? Henry, happy Friday. Are you eating zingers? Molly, I don't, but I would love to. Ava, is Ava? Thank you for the Care Bear or the gummy bear. Hi, my chill vibes. Me too, Eric. I love zingers, and I got Henry into them. He had never had them. Hi, Jersey. Yeah, just in time. Eva. What do you mean, Sherry? We read the Melon Heads yesterday. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Welcome to the porch. Oh, thank you, Ava. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the porch. Everybody, is it Ava? Well, everybody welcome Ava in. And the winner of the poll is Haint Blue. I'll be right back with that story. Henry said empty wrappers, but new ones. So yeah, zingers are so good. All right, guys, I'll be right back with the tale of Haint Blue. Sherry, the Melon Heads won last night. Look who it is, guys. It's Jade. Oh, tell Ariel I said hi. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate that. Snarky Arky, yes, kitties love the porch. We have a lot of porch kitties and doggies that listen, but a lot of kitties. Oh, Ange, that's a good one. Thank you. What are they talking about? Hi, Matt. We've got a lot of good answers. Thank you, Stephen. Hey, Brooke. You got him. You got him. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of Haint Blue. Thank you, Gobbler. I love that idea, Wilkins. The house was never supposed to be mine. When my grandmother died, nobody in the family wanted the old mountain house except me. And that surprised everyone. I mean, are people not hearing me talking? Why are so many people asking if there's, can you hear me? Like, why are people asking? Are you listening? Are your ears on? Because I'm literally in the middle of telling a story. So if one more person comes in here and asks if there's a story when I'm in the middle of telling a story, like, what the hell? When my grandmother died, nobody in the family wanted the old mountain house except me. And that surprised everyone. It surprised me too. I hadn't been back to Black Ridge in almost 15 years. Not since I left for college. Not since I built a life somewhere flatter, louder, brighter. somewhere without winding roads or thick woods pressing against every window. But grief does strange things. It rearranges memory, makes old places feel magnetic. So 3 months after the funeral, I packed my car and my cat Merlin, and I drove to the mountains. The house sat exactly where it always had, half hidden by dogwoods and hemlocks. Perched on a rise overlooking a narrow valley. White siding, green shutters, amazing wraparound porch. And that porch ceiling was blue. Not sky blue, not cheerful blue, a strange faded blue-gray, almost ghostly in certain light. In Appalachia, we call it haint blue. I remember asking my grandmother about it as a kid. Why blue? She never answered directly. She just said that it keeps the haints out. Appalachian elders rarely explained the folklore that had woven its way into our modern lives. Sometimes belief and routine fuse so completely that there really isn't a difference anymore. You painted the porch blue. You didn't whistle after dark. You didn't answer voices in the woods. And you never invited something in unless you knew exactly what it was. Good night, Henry. Thank you, Nina. I spent the first week there cleaning. Dust everywhere, boxes, old furniture. The kind of work that exhausts your body enough to quiet your mind. At night, I'd sit with all the windows open and soak in the mountain sounds. The groan of old wood as the night breeze crept through the trees. Owls, crickets, the babbling creek. It all felt familiar, comforting, until the knocking started. 3 knocks, soft, behind me. I was washing dishes when I heard it coming from the porch door. I looked outside, and nothing, just darkness. Except for the porch light casting a warm circle across the old wood planks. I opened the door and a cool night breeze brushed past me. No one was there. So, I shut the door, locked it, and I went to bed. The next night, the same thing. 3 knocks. Good night, April. This time I didn't open the door. I just peeked through the drapes, and there was nothing outside. By the 4th night, I was officially unnerved. So I called my mom, and I asked her if my grandma had ever mentioned anything weird about the house. And then she sighed and asked me if I was hearing 3 knocks. How did she know? Another pause, and then she asked me if the porch was still painted blue. I stared at the porch ceiling and I confirmed that it was faded, but it was in fact still blue. What does that matter? Then my mother began to explain. My grandmother repainted that porch ceiling every spring because she said that something kept coming to her door. But she never said what that thing was. That night, I didn't sleep much. Thank you, my chill vibes. Thank you, Mamasaurus. I sat in the living room with every light on. And the 3 knocks came again. And then I heard it. A woman's voice. Soft, gentle, coming from outside. It was my grandmother's voice. Sweetie. My heart stopped and tears instantly filled my eyes. Sweetie, open the door. Every instinct told me not to. But grief screamed louder than reason. And I walked toward the door, hands shaking. Sherry. Sherry. I walked toward the door, hands shaking. Her voice trembled. My hands are cold. Tears ran down my face. It sounded exactly like her. My hand touched the lock, and then a memory came flooding back. Me, at 6 years old, sitting beside Grandma on that porch swing. Her voice was low and serious. If something outside sounds like somebody you love, it ain't. I snatched my hand back from the lock. Outside, the voice stopped and silence followed. Then slowly the doorknob turned, once, twice, 3 times. It was trying to get in. Then the voice returned with no warmth now. It sounded like my grandma, but wrong. Thank you, Nikki. Why won't you let me in? I backed away. The wood around the door creaked with pressure, as if something was leaning against it. Then I heard scratching down the wood like fingernails. I quietly ran upstairs and I barricaded myself in a room. The scratching continued for hours. Morning finally came and I forced myself downstairs. It was gone, but the front door had 4 long gouges in the wood. I almost left that day, but then I found something in my grandmother's sewing room. A notebook. Her handwriting. Recipes, bills, garden notes. And then on one page, written in thick, shaky pen, only 4 lines. It learns voices. Do not answer it. Do not invite it in. And if the blue fades, repaint immediately. My stomach dropped. I ran outside and I looked up at the porch ceiling. The blue paint was peeling and faded. Bare wood showed through in patches. So, I drove into town to buy paint in the color that my grandmother called haint blue. The hardware store owner, an old man named Virgil, watched as I placed the paint cans on the counter. "Thank you, Brooke." Then he asked me, "You painting your Meemaw's porch?" I stared at him for a minute, then he said, "Now you be sure to paint it before night settles in." That was all he said. So I listened, and I raced home. By sunset, I was almost done. Brush strokes, fresh blue. Steady hands, almost finished. And then I heard a voice behind me. My own voice. "Hey, turn around." Every hair on my arm stood up. Then again, my exact voice. I said, "Turn around." I didn't turn around. I just kept painting, heart slamming, brush shaking. "Why won't you look at me?" I ignored it. I could hear the footsteps on the wood behind me. Whatever stood there stood on the porch with me. I painted faster. I only had one little section left. Just keep painting and don't turn around. As my brush made the final stroke of that magical blue paint, I heard something behind me shriek. Something ancient. Something screaming in 100 stolen voices. And then silence. That was several years ago, and I still live here. And every spring, I repaint the porch ceiling, every inch. Tonight, I finished in a bit of a rush. I was running behind. Fresh blue paint blue. Pretty good coverage, if I do say so myself. Thank you, Brooke. And I felt safe. Until 10 minutes ago, someone knocked 3 times. Then, on the other side of the door, I heard brush strokes and fresh wet paint. And my voice chuckling while saying, "Hey, you missed a spot." And that's the tale of Haint Blue. Aw, thanks, Matt. And Archangela, thank you so much for helping me with my gallery. Thanks for the swan. Good night, Gobbler. Wilkins, I love that. Thank you, Crown Royal. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, thanks for the swan, Matt. Thanks for helping me with my gallery. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I'm here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. I do write and record all of these stories myself, and you can listen to them whenever you would like on my YT channel or any podcast streaming site. Just look for Porch Lore and you can find me. I also have all of the links in my bio. And you guys know what time it is. It's grilled cheese time. So grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax. Check out the shooting stars. And if you like grilled cheese, I highly recommend making one, because you're going to be craving one after this story. Yeah, or wind sandwiches, very much. Or wind sandwiches. Yes, Patrick, I think most people have that figured out by now, buddy. I'll be right back with Sycamore Diner. Justin said, extra wind on the side. That's so dumb. I love it. Like, that's just so dumb. It's funny. Because I'm imagining like a little cloud puff on the side. That's why I think you're so funny, Justin, because mine does too. Did you, Mary? I love that. Wilkins said, I'm drinking wind sandwiches out of cups. Matt said, with extra gusts. Maisie, thank you for the follow. Heartless, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the porch. Chelsea comes in with, not my chair, not my problem. Hi, Yaya. Welcome in, cutie. Also, just to let you guys know, I get my wind sandwiches straight out of the udder. I don't get it. Like a cow? Guys, I will be going live tomorrow from Pizza Palooza. Not for story time, just to share Pizza Palooza with you guys for like an hour. And then I'll be live again at like 10. But I'm going to Pizza Palooza tomorrow at like 5 to 7, I think. So expect me to pop up in the live at some point during that time to show you guys the Pizza Palooza. Be right back with the diner. Oh, I love you too, Sherry. Thanks. You're the best. Dave, I thought you went to bed. Did you already wake up again? Oh, Ange, yeah. It's an event. It's an event tomorrow from 5 to 11, but I think we're going to go for a couple hours. You can come if you want. It's where I live. I'll give you the exact details, but it's in my town. That's why I was like, I don't know if you want to come that far. But just in case you do, Pizza Palooza. It's all these different pizza places from the region that come and you can get single slices. And my plan is to fill a whole box with single slices of different flavors and then take that pizza home and eat it all night. Okay, Ange. Because I love a good special pizza. Justin, did you just block that guy? Way to go. I know, it was really annoying, Justin. Did you hear me tell him at one point? I was like, thanks. I think, Patrick, I think everyone else has that figured out, bud. Because he kept talking about turning the light on his screen down. And he's like, you guys, I just realized that it's not that bright. You can turn the screen. We know, dude. We know how to use our phones. I think he's drunk or something. And he kept doing it. Yeah. We all know that, dude. We all know we can turn the brightness on our screens down when it's bedtime. Yeah, he kept saying it. Oh, so I just figured it out. It's not even that bright in here with you. I was like, dude, I can't with you. Thank you, Justin. If he had mentioned it one more time, I was going to be like, did you just get a phone, boo-boo? Like, what? Because he tried to tell me tried to tell me to turn down my screen. Yeah, drunk is not an excuse. He tried to tell me to turn down my screen. And then he comes in and he's like, I figured it out. It's actually, I can turn down my screen. I'm like, what? Excuse me? No, actually, Skrilla, Justin wasn't having it. Yeah, first day on Earth. Justin blocked him. I hadn't even said anything yet since that first thing. Justin straight blocked. Wait, what's a hootie block, Skrilla? What's a hootie block? Is that something I don't know about? Right, Nikki? He was like, I just figured it out. You guys get this. You can change the brightness on your phone screen. Like, was it Patrick Star? It's very something Patrick Star would feel like, guys, guess what I figured out? I feel like that was Patrick Star. Yeah, we love Justin so much. Justin's the best. Gangster Gammy, you don't have to look at the screen. You don't have to look at the screen. Sweet dreams. Shadow Woman said, did you just get a phone? Literally. But Justin, like, never blocks people. He usually mutes them first. And I just look at him and it's like, Justin blocked him. Justin's not having it tonight. He's like, listen, dude, if you talk about the brightness of a screen one more time, that's where the Canadian draws the line. Yeah, that's what made it so much funnier is when Justin vlogs, it's like so much more serious. Yeah, Justin, but that's different. Yeah. Skrilla. Justin's screen time. We love you, Justin. You're the best. He really is the best. Sweetest thing. But also not too sweet to not block somebody who won't stop talking about screen brightness. He said screen time. I don't think so, pal. Wilkins, this is literally what happened. He said, I was going to ask Devin not to talk so loud, but then I realized my volume. That's literally, he came in asking me to lower the brightness of my screen. Like, what is wrong with people? Like what? Anyway, you guys are so funny. I love you guys so much. I love you, Matt. We'll see you tomorrow. Sweet dreams. That's absolutely right, Andrew. It does become an inadequate flashlight. No, really, Brooke. It's like, and over here, Shadow Woman said, did you just get a phone? But now I'm convinced it's Patrick Star. He's a starfish. Why would he know how to use a phone? He did just get a phone. And he's like, guys, I figured it out. And she said, my husband said I need to prioritize pizza palooza. Okay, if you look it up, I'll send you the link after I'm done. But it starts at 5. And I told Angela, like, wouldn't that be so funny if I hit Pizza Palooza with 2 Anges? That would be so fun. Ange and Dev hitting Pizza Palooza. Like, she said, my husband said I need to prioritize. Your husband, that's awesome. Tell him, thank you. Brianna, is that really what he said? I can't hear you. It's too dark in here. So he started with it being too dark, and then he told me it was too bright. Oh my God. He's lucky it's not next week. That's all I gotta say. I'm too tired to be a bitch to him right now. He's lucky it's not next week. That's all. Oh, Brianna. Never mind. Yeah, we're going to manifest that Wilkins Porchapalooza. That's okay, Dave. We all do it. Brooke shares about her colonoscopies, so I think your peeing is not really an overshare. What about Banff? Banff alert. What about Banff, Justin? Hi, Tom. We were talking about you earlier. We missed you. We got a treasure box, and we said, where's Tom with his shovel? Hi, what will be? Thanks for popping in to say hi. Sweet dreams. Ava said, let me turn the volume down so I can see better. Thank you, Steven. I love that. Yeah, Rachie, we all do, girl, but that's about concentration. That's different. Oh, guys, Tom brought a pick tonight, too. Not just the shovel, for treasure boxes. Oh, no, Rich, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, guys. Let's head on to the Sycamore Diner. Oh my gosh, Shells, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Shells. It was supposed to be my birthday on Monday, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. Happy birthday. So like right now at 12, or I mean at 1, or like where, where are you located? Like, let me look. So is the 25th your birthday? Yes, Brooke. No, Skrilla. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, happy birthday, Shells, the 25th. Whoop, whoop. They say it's your birthday. Yes, Brooke, I didn't celebrate my birthday this year, and I moved it to Monday. But then my plans fell through for Monday, and I'm still not doing shit for my fucking birthday. So I'm probably just not going to celebrate my birthday this year. I'm over it. Aw, Sherry sent a fan box because Tom brought his pic. You're so cute. You're so cute. Me too, Rachie. That's why I moved my birthday, because my birthday literally sucks every year, pretty much my whole life, except for 1 year when someone made it special for me. And that's it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm done. It was a big birthday for me this year, and I decided I wasn't going to celebrate it until it wasn't the fucking week of Thanksgiving. So I moved it to July 27th, and then I had plans and they fell through. And so I think it's just destined for me to just have shitty birthdays. So I give up. Wilkins, I don't believe that at all. I don't subscribe to that at all. Why would that be a thing? Like, the idea that you stop having fun when you're an adult, I will never subscribe to any of that. I will jump through sprinklers. I will wear Halloween costumes the rest of my fucking life, okay? So that's literally the opposite of what I believe. Exactly, yeah. Oop, who got it? Who got it? Who got it? Shell's got it. Shell's got it. I cannot believe she got it on her birthday. Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing this, Fate? Look at that. In a room full of witches. Imagine that. She got it on her birthday. Would you imagine that? Happy birthday, Shells. I hope it's special. I made it happen, Brooke, but don't tell. Oh, Ava, like everyone in here is a witch. Got like a whole coven in here. Welcome. She said, doota, doota. Okay, Aussie says, not me. Yeah, not everybody. but a lot. Aw, really, Duchess? He sounded great. Don't worry, Dave, I won't mention Harry Potter because I don't even really like it that much. Unpopular opinion. But it took a man to be a witch for anybody to fucking like it. Thanks, Brooke. Wilkins, that's really smart. Did it work? Ooh, good question. It's a good question. I like the Coven of the Porch. Yeah, but she's not Ricci. She's not. Yeah, and Sabrina wasn't one of the largest blockbuster series of all time, seen by everybody in the world, you know. It was kind of a show that just like young girls watched. Yeah, double A run. You watched those? Yeah, Charmed was my favorite. But again, yeah, we're women. Oh, that doesn't surprise me, Rich. They will continue to just recycle IP forever. They'll never pay for new IP. I liked both, Ava. That's why they do it, Brooke, because they want to make as much money as possible and they don't want to pay creatives for new stories. And so they, for the last like 25 years, their business model has literally been to reuse their IP, which is intellectual property licenses that they already have. So fun fact, that's why Hollywood, it's not that they can't find new stories. They don't want to pay people to write them and they don't want to pay writers, so they'll just pull their ass out of something they already own the rights to and just redo it 17 times. That's why Disney keeps making whatever it's called, the live action shit for everything, because it's the same IP. They already own Moana, let's make it a live action. So just so you guys know, it's late stage capitalist greed is why we aren't even getting we had a renaissance once and we're in the opposite of that now, where they're just spewing shit and we're not getting anything creative or interesting or new. And I agree with you, Skrilla. Don't like them at all. So anyway, that's the real reason that we're seeing a ton of shit. That's the same thing. Every 10 years we get a Spider-Man, a Batman, a blah, blah, blah. Every 10 years. And I don't watch any of them. Why? Because I have friend making skills, aside from having to like talk about things that people have watched with people, and that's why most people do it, and they know that. So they know you'll watch it, and they know you'll, and so if people like stopped watching that shit, and we all just didn't care about like, have you seen the new, just for like a year, they'd get the fucking message. But I'm like, I just don't really have an interest in watching the same fucking story 16 times. So, yeah, like Scream 75, I'm over it. Like, I'll hard pass. That's why I actually like watching YT now, which is surprising, but it's not curated bullshit and it's completely new content and it's creative people that need the support. So highly recommend checking out YT creators. There are documentary makers on there. There are amazing journalists and paranormal investigators, all kinds of stuff. And it's not feeding the corporate shit. Yes, Google owns YT, so to an extent, but you are actually helping the creators more. So just throwing that out there. Good night, Sasha. So that's why there's 15,000 movies that are the same thing. Because they won't pay creatives for new intellectual property. And they'll just pull it. Me neither, Emma. And yeah, if you're a comic person, I completely understand. That's your shit. For sure. And it's a glorious time for people who are comic fans. I'll tell you that. It's like a golden age for y'all. My God. But for the rest of us, yeah, Spooky Scary Sherry. It's the new independent filmmaking pretty much on YT. Wilkins, are you on the Discord? Because I can share so many YT creators that I love. There's this guy that I fall asleep to almost every night, and he is this charming British man who travels all around places that have bad stigma by himself, like a badass, and he shows people that the impressions we have of like China, Africa, are not at all what we think. And it's like anthropology kind of. It's just really cute, enlightening stuff. He falls down he slides down mud hill. Like, it's very real, authentic. Skrilla. Oh yeah, Justin can share the link to you, Wilkins. You know what, Sherry? It's a beautiful channel. It's so, and he has like 1.2 million subscribers or something crazy. He's very successful at what he does. And he's living the dream. He's going to the most beautiful places. And it's just, his videos are very entertaining. And he has such respect for the other cultures. Skrilla. When else have you been beat out by Breads? His name is, God, what's his name? Let me look. He's, hold on. I'll look right now. Hold on. Give me one sec, guys. Be right back. I'm gonna look him up. Skrilla. Okay, his name is Mike OK. Like OKAY. But he is obviously of Irish descent because his last name's like O'Cannon or something like that. But he's not bad to look at either for the ladies in the room. But he's also very respectful of the culture, which I find refreshing. And he literally like just raw dog shit by himself in these countries without speaking the language, with barely a translator app or anything. And he just like with like human nature. It's very cute. It's very cool. And he tries weird food and then he'll literally like throw up. But he tries it anyway. And he's like, that was fucking gross. We do love a respectful hottie, Sherry. Yeah, it's just Mike and then okay. Yeah, but Nikki put a space in between. No, Wilkins, no, he's not my crush. People were asking if I could recommend a good YT channel. No, he doesn't do food. He doesn't focus on food. He focuses more on culture. And so, yeah, that's a page I recommend. There's also a guy called Sidelines Adventures, I think. I'll have to share some on Discord, but he goes and cleans graves of the enslaved people throughout Georgia that have been abandoned and are like at the sites of old plantations, and he cleans them off and documents them. So he's a really good one too. But I watch really nerdy shit. Yeah, Jade, didn't I share him with you about when he freaked out about the tree chopping thing? I loved that. I was like, that is it. Oh yeah, Brooke, he already has a list. Oh, he did, Noodle? Cool. I didn't watch much of his stuff. Wilkins, Justin will pin the link and then you just copy and paste it. But anyway, so Mike okay, and then Sideline. Is it Sideline Adventures? Do you remember, Jade? Is it sidelining? I don't know. It's really good though. Good night, Brock. Love ya. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Sidestep Adventures. There you go. Thank you. Do you follow him too? I love him. All right, guys, ready for the Sycamore Diner? You love that channel? Me too. Me too. And I feel like nobody knows about him. He cleans off graves of the enslaved people in Georgia that have just been like left there and like he gets this expensive chemical that makes sure it doesn't damage the stones. And it's like, yeah, and Mr. Dan's stories. Yeah, I can't believe you watch that channel. I feel like nobody watches that channel. I feel like such a nerd because I'm like, why am I watching the videos of this guy cleaning off graves? But it's so interesting, and it's like it makes me, because I miss the South and his old stories. It's just so cute. It's a very good channel. And I say cute, but like the guy's not cute. It's like, it's just endearing. He's yeah, they're just funny Southern men that go clean the graves. It's very cute. Oh, and Pele. I already told them about Pele and how obsessed I am with Pele. The Pele movie made me cry, and I watched it twice. Hey, Navin, you know what's scary? Your picture. You're the scary thing. Yikes. Check it out, guys. Yikes. Skrilla, I don't even like it either, but the movie's so good. That's what I'm saying, is I don't even care about soccer. And the movie's so good. Oh, Megan, you can just put it in the chat, the normal chat. Yeah, no problem, bud. Thanks for bringing some spooky to the room. Appreciate it. I'll show him scary. Wilkins, did it work? Wait, Wilkins, aren't you out with your friends? You can join the Discord later. Wait, I thought you were out with your friends. You're deglazing your skillet? I thought you were out with your friends. You got home. Hi, Darren. Yes, Dave. I love a banshee. And the original word for banshee is Gaelic. Bahanshi. And they are across every culture with different names. The Irish call them banshees, but they are called all kinds of things around the world, but they are the same. They are always a woman that is beautiful and screaming. I already have several banshee stories, Dave. Yeah, Nikki, that's what this guy does, and he's really good at it. Oh, would you, Skrilla? Rachie. Well, girl, you have a reason to be. You're a widow. That's literally like one of their MOs is like if they lose someone they love. Like, that's literally like, yeah. You're the coolest banshee I know. Skrilla. What? He said, note to self, be more interesting. What? Megan said, get in, banshees, we're going screaming. I love that. I'm actually, it's funny because I'm not, well, actually, I'm not going to say that either. Never mind. I almost just put my foot in my mouth. Almost had a Freudian slip there. Whoops. Whoopsie. Like they said. Wait, who told you? Who said? Dreads and British rapping? Who said? Who said? Do you guys think Skrilla should grow dreads and try British rapping? I mean, it's an idea. I'm not sure why. Oh, Sherry said you should. Sherry said you should. That's hilarious, Sherry. I don't know, Whitney. I have no idea. Sherry said I didn't say dreads. Well, and now they're called locks. Now they're called locks, right? That's the term, I think. Where's Beefy? Yeah, I want Skrilla to be himself. I think he's plenty interesting. Sherry said, I think he should follow his dreams. Hi, Puerto Rican Shorty. Yeah, Wilkins. I mean, it's an idea. That's what I like to say when, when people have ideas. No, Beefy, it's about to start right now. You're right on time. Jade, I love how I got you to bah ha 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 while you were in here. By roasting that guy. Bet he won't do that again. Totally okay. Skrilla, that'd be real. That would be so cute. Like, I actually love that movie. I actually love that movie. I forgot about that. I love that. I forgot how much I love that movie. That's just a really good movie. It's very cute. Yeah, thanks, Justin. I didn't mean to do that. I meant hopefully he won't do that again in another live. I saw that you blocked him. Justin's on a block and roll tonight, y'all. Justin's not taking no shit. Get it on play. Get it on play. Yeah, Wilkins, I'm sorry. People say that a lot. There was like, I came here for spooky stories and all I do is laugh. I'm like, I'm sorry. But guess what? Skrilla doesn't think I'm funny. So there's that. Hi, CJ. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Palace Society. This is the tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. You guys like my laugh? Thanks. I feel like I don't even know it. I guess I don't really know. I don't really listen to it. Yeah, Skrilla, but I have to be the funny one. So there's that. I'm just kidding. I'm not usually the kind of person who pulls over on back roads at night. Not unless I absolutely have to. But that night, something about the storm, the long drive, and that growling pit in my stomach convinced me otherwise. I was hungry. It was late October, and I was headed back to campus after a weekend visit with my friends in North Carolina. I had a midterm on Monday, and my plan had been to drive straight through, 5 hours, no stops. But then came the rain. One of those cold, slanted, whispery rains that creeps into your bones and makes the windshield wipers sound like a heartbeat. I had taken the wrong exit trying to bypass traffic, and I ended up on a 2-lane back road, surrounded by nothing but pine trees and power lines. And that's when I saw the neon sign. SYCAMRE Diner. The O in Sycamore was flickering like it hadn't worked right in years. But the rest was lit up in a cherry red neon. A tiny beacon in the middle of nowhere. I figured I'd grab a quick bite, maybe some coffee, check my map, and get back on the highway. But I should have just kept driving. I should have known something was off the second I stepped inside. The bell over the door jingled, but not like a normal bell. It made this sharp metallic ping that echoed longer than it should have. The air inside was warm, almost too warm, and it smelled like grilled onions and pancake syrup. The place looked like it had been yanked straight from 1957. A checkerboard floor, red vinyl booths, a long counter with spinning stools, even a jukebox in the corner that looked like it hadn't worked in decades. And the people? They all stopped and looked at me the second I walked in. Not in a rude way, just quiet. Like they weren't expecting me. Like I'd walked into the middle of a sentence that no one wanted to finish. A waitress, tall, with a beehive hairdo and a light blue uniform, smiled and waved me over. "You get caught in the rain, sweetheart," she said, handing me a laminated menu. I nodded, still trying to shake off that weird feeling. Yeah, the highway's a mess. She chuckled and patted my shoulder. "Well, you're safe here. Sycamore's always open for travelers." Shell's using her superfan stickers on her birthday. I sat down at a corner booth. The vinyl creaked, and I remember the jukebox shifted songs by itself and started playing some slow doo-wop ballad that I didn't recognize. I looked around, and everyone looked normal. Sort of. There was a trucker with a thick gray beard drinking coffee at the counter. A young couple whispering to each other in a booth by the jukebox. And an older woman stirring tea like she was lost in thought. But they all had the same look in their eyes, like they were there but also somewhere else. Like they were watching me out of the corner of their eyes even when they were looking down. The waitress came back with coffee, strong, hot, and surprisingly good. And I ordered a grilled cheese with fries. Simple, safe. She wrote it down with one of those clicky pens and said, "Don't worry, it's on the house tonight." And that was my second red flag. No diner just gives food away. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Erica. While I waited, I took out my phone to check the map. No signal, and I mean nothing. No bars, no Wi-Fi, not even GPS. Just a blank screen with a spinning wheel. I glanced out the foggy window. The storm was still going. But now, the wind had picked up. I could see the power lines swaying like jump ropes in the dark. But the diner stayed perfectly lit. Not even a flicker. The food came fast. Too fast, like under 5 minutes, but it looked amazing. golden bread, gooey cheese, crispy fries with a little metal cup of ketchup on the side. I took a bite. Delicious. I mean, I've eaten at a lot of diners, greasy spoons, college joints, and roadside shacks, but this was hands down the best grilled cheese I've ever had. The fries were perfect, and the coffee never ran out. Every time I took a sip, it was somehow full again. I was halfway through the sandwich when the trucker got up to leave. He walked right past my table, nodded once, and whispered, "Don't stay past midnight." That was all he said. What? But he was already out the door. The waitress gave me a tight smile and walked over, collecting his empty mug. Old Earl, he's always saying weird stuff, just ignore him. But I couldn't. Something about his voice stuck with me. Something about the way he looked at me. Not like I was in danger, or not like I was a customer, but like I was in danger. I checked the clock over the register. 11:42. I figured I had just enough time to finish my fries, grab the check, and head out. I still had at least 3 hours left on the road. But when I stood up, the lights flickered just once, and then again. And then everything in the diner stopped moving. The couple by the jukebox froze mid-sentence. The woman with the tea stopped stirring, her spoon hanging in midair. The waitress, her hand reached out for a mug, just stopped. Like someone hit pause on the entire scene. "Thank you, Erica." I took a step back and the jukebox buzzed, glitched, and restarted a new track. I could still move, but no one else could. And then I heard it. Not music, not a storm, a voice. Not coming from anyone I could see. Just a whisper that seemed to echo from the walls themselves. I backed toward the door, my heart hammering in my chest, and I turned the knob. Locked. Of course it was locked. I tried the windows, but they were sealed shut. I started banging on the glass and shouting. But no one was outside. Just wind and rain and that flickering red sign. SYCAMRE. I turned back toward the dining room, and everyone was gone. "Hi, Dave." Not frozen anymore, just gone. The booths were empty. No plates, no crumbs, no mugs. No sign that anyone had ever even been there, except for my plate. Still warm and still half-eaten. And then I saw the waitress. She was standing by the kitchen doors, her silhouette backlit by flickering fluorescent light. Her face was wrong. The same smile, but her eyes were empty, black and endless, like someone had painted over them. "You shouldn't be here, honey," she said in that same cheerful voice. "Not yet." I stumbled back, knocking over a chair as she took one slow step toward me. "The others, They were waiting, but you just wandered in. She raised a hand and the walls began to shimmer. Literally shimmer. Like heat waves on asphalt. The checkered floor rippled and the red booths started to fade, becoming outlines and then shadows and then nothing. And then I saw it, underneath the illusion. It was charred wood, cracked tile, broken beams, and black soot. Like the diner had burned down long ago. I ran. I don't even remember how I got out. 1 second I was inside and the next I was on the side of the road, soaked to the bone and gasping for air. My car was still there, pulled up with the ceiling missing, parked on gravel that didn't even look like a lot anymore. Just weeds and puddles. Thanks, Sherry. No neon sign. No glowing windows. Just nothing. I drove back to campus that night in silence. No music. No Porch Lore podcast. I kept glancing in the rearview mirror, half expecting to see that red neon flicker back to life. I didn't tell anyone, not for weeks. Not until I finally looked up Sycamore Diner on a local history site, and I found it. It burned to the ground in 1972. A gas leak. The whole place went up at midnight, and everyone inside was killed. 5 patrons, a waitress, and a cook. The photo in the article? The same checkerboard floor, the same red booths, the same neon sign. SYCAMORE. And in the corner of the photo, that same waitress, smiling. I never took that back road again. I don't even drive at night anymore if I can help it. And every time I see a neon diner sign, something in me flinches just a little. Because I know I was there. And I know I wasn't supposed to be. But the part that keeps me up sometimes, the part that really makes my stomach turn, that was the best damn grilled cheese I've ever had. And I didn't even pay for it. And that's the tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. Skrilla said she has indeed taken the back road again. Yes, I have. And you know what's so funny is someone came in and said, I'm new here and I don't know what's happening. And Justin said, come back tomorrow. I tried so hard not to laugh. He was like, don't worry about what you're seeing here. Come back tomorrow. Because I love you, Justin. He was like, I'm new here. What's going on? Because you guys were all typing like, not yet, chew, shimmer. And like, right? And he had no idea what's going on. Justin's just like, come back tomorrow. I love you. Yeah. Justin was like, I'm not blocking anyone else tonight. Come back tomorrow. Oh, I love that, Sherry. A lot of people have said that, actually. He is like the Wizard of Oz. Mary. He's like, bro, I don't have the energy to explain it to you right now. Just come back tomorrow. I love Justin. Good night, Andrew. Sweet dreams. Oh, wait, you're at work. Have a good day in the donut land. Hi, Isabel. Yeah, he really is. He's like, you know what, bro? Just come back tomorrow. You'll see that. Hi, Isabel. You made it just in time for us to say goodnight. Thank you, Megan. Happy Friday, everybody. They fixed the oven finally, Andrew. Jeez. Oh, love you, Venus. I didn't even know you were here. Good night, everybody. And don't forget, tomorrow I am going to be at Pizza Palooza, and I'm going to try to go live from Pizza Palooza. But it's not going to be like a full-blown live. Like, it might only be like 30 minutes or an hour. Like, maybe 30 minutes. Like, hey, guys, what's up? You want to see it? But then I'll be back at 10, like normal time. So, get some sleep. And if you can't fall asleep, head on over to my YT channel. And there's a bedtime stories playlist. And I'll have you out like a light. And don't forget, stay spooky.